Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. Mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. So the end of our first week in the new year has me in this slideshow, my PowerPoint presentation called Green State. The green state, of course, is the one where we want to get to. And I'm starting off with the image of we have three different brains, each one that organizes information and an outlook on life. And they all work well in their own field. The problem is they don't always communicate with each other so well. So let's talk about that a little bit. You have the three or triune brain. The base brain is the safety brain. The reptilian brain, that's the one that has just knee-jerk reflexes. It doesn't think about anything, it just reacts. And then you get the cerebellum, where the emotion happens in the limbic brain. That's where the mammalian pair bonding, territoriality, caring for the young starts to develop. And then you get the cerebral cortex, the primate brain, and then the human brain, which is connected biosocially, so that socialization and connection with others, that becomes the main work of that particular aspect of your brain. Now, the resting state is joy. That's the green state we want to get to, but we have to constantly be on the watch for the old brain, the lizard or the rat or the monkey, because of how quickly they can get into red zone reaction. Things that happen and could take your life if you're not paying attention. Maybe we don't have to pay attention the same way in a civilized world, but compared to what we had to face way back when, this is deeply in our genetic code. So sometimes they call the brain the enchanted loom because of what it weaves. And the Stone Age brain has that design flaw in the 21st century. We don't have to be as much on watch, fear of getting snuffed out. So it's evolved mechanisms over the years to crave, to desire stuff, and to suffer if it has to in order to survive. But is that the mode that we want to live in 21st century? I think not. So here's an interesting idea that a broken heart is not just folklore. New studies show that cardiac problems follow sudden emotional stresses. Grief, fear, stimulating the adrenal glands, they all produce stress hormones. And so fear or flight, fear, fight or flight, or freeze, as they say, that's the contracted response of the first brain. Frustration is the second response to the cerebellum, and heartbreak and loneliness is the third response to the cerebral cortex. So the red zone, this is where you realize that what you do is you get mad, you yell, you get mean, you put your hands on people, but you can try these tools of deep breathing, taking a walk, read a book, run, accurately assess the size of the problem. So it happens quickly and get over it quickly, one way or the other. In modern life, we don't have time to recover and hang in the green zone. The society doesn't really support us for that. Nonetheless, get out of the red zone as quickly as you can. And the yellow zone is where you feel the cautionary things. You need to take a moment to pause when you realize you're worried or anxious or nervous or annoyed or upset. And also, take a break, get a drink, go for a walk, listen to your inner coach. Different responses in order to do what? To learn from the mistakes of others. You can't live long enough to make them all yourself. So the brain learns more from bad things than it does from good things, and that's why you have to train yourself to learn from the good. You know, one of my one-liners is what's wrong is always available. That's where you want to put your attention, okay, but remember, the law of attraction says that which is like unto itself is drawn. If you hang out in those negative states, it's amazing how many things you draw to yourself that don't work, that don't serve you. And so, like the Buddha, sitting quietly and experiencing the state of ultimate being, we've also developed the capacity to go on default mode to the resting state. Sit still, be quiet. That's the steady state, the green state of responsiveness, of okayness, as we would say. I'm here, I'm safe. Everything is fine. Like three lights on the dashboard that shows the green or the red, indicative of a steady state of safety and satisfaction, contentment, or a hyper alert state of fear, frustration, and disconnect. You got to monitor biofeedback, what's going on. And then, of course, ultimately, it's not only just feeding back, it's creating a lifestyle that feeds into it. Neurons fire together, wire together. Get in the green zone for at least 20 seconds. Well, it's the oxytocin hug. Otherwise, there's no neurotransfer. And repeat it again and again until you feel safe, satisfied, connected. And that's why you do yoga. You hang in these poses for much longer than 20 seconds. You feel those positive hormones kick in, brain chemicals, neurotransmitters and stuff. So practices that help you feel increasingly okay about falling apart. I'm made up of two worlds, the one in which I exist to hold everyone together, and the other where I watch myself constantly fall apart. Quite a paradox, isn't it? But if you're a human being, you know how true that is. And ultimately, that's the way to bring yourself and the whole planet home into the green. Take care of yourself. Try to help other people, even if your own life has aspects of it that are in shambles or challenges, whatever. The work that you do on yourself is a service that you offer to everyone, including the planet. Have a great day.